Low. Yes!
They was to do 5-6 rounds. Why you wanna do 5-6 if you knock him out before? If was the fight was over. The fight was over. Then more you do is just extras. Mike go home today happy.
Come and get me, Mike. Come on. There we go. That's it right there. Perfect. That's one. Good one. Nice. Come and get me, Mike. Let's go. There we go. That's round yet. That's round yet. Let's go. Come on, Mike. There we go. Using those legs now.
The fight of the year is almost here. Mike Tyson is finishing his final day of training camp with intense focus as he prepares to face Jake Paul. The atmosphere in Tyson's camp has been electric, with his team pushing a strict training routine. They are sharpening the power, speed, and technique that once made Tyson the baddest man on the planet.
Right back to the body.
You're right, coach.
Mike, that well? Maybe need 10 seconds. Put 10 seconds there.
At 58 years old,
Tyson's training includes both classic boxing drills and modern conditioning techniques. His workouts focus on endurance, power, and explosiveness. He has been doing tough strength training, intense sparring sessions, and fast-paced pad work to keep his hand speed sharp. Trainers say Tyson's intensity is as strong as ever, and his discipline shows how seriously he's taking this fight.
To one more time entertain people. He's a fighter, but he likes to entertain people. It is what he fights for. He fights for all those people he can see in the street. The people come to him and say, "You are the people's champ." So this is really motivating him to be in the gym from 8 a.m.
To stay in top shape, Tyson has followed a training plan that includes high-intensity interval workouts and mobility exercises. His stamina has improved through endurance circuits and cardio drills, preparing him for the fast exchanges expected in the ring. Even as the oldest fighter in the match, Tyson has adapted well by using training methods from his prime while also adjusting to his current age.
Expect the biggest fight of the history. Why? Because we talk about Mike Tyson. We talk about Netflix, live on Netflix, something that never had before. Things like that you just can do with a name like Mike Tyson.
knowing that Paul is nearly 3 decades his junior.
Since Jake Paul is almost 30 years younger, Tyson and his team have carefully planned their strategy. He has been perfecting his signature moves, powerful body shots, and quick punch combinations that once made him the most feared boxer in the world. His team has also focused on defense to help Tyson avoid Paul's reach and youthful speed.
To help avoid Paul's reach and youthful agility.
Reports from Tyson's camp say he has been practicing counterpunching, expecting Paul to attack aggressively. His team wants him to take advantage of Jake's habit of lunging forward, leaving openings for Tyson's powerful punches. Trainers have been making sure Tyson's sparring sessions focus on timing and movement, key tactics against Paul's longer reach. The goal is to deliver a classic Tyson performance, using short bursts of high energy to wear down his opponent.
Excellent, Mike! Excellent, Mike! You break him. Unpredictable. Exactly, Mike! Beautiful roll, Mike! Excellent! Excellent!
Both hardcore fight fans and casual viewers are eager for this matchup, which promises to be a spectacle like no other. It's the clash of a legendary heavyweight champion, known for his devastating power, against a rising star who went from internet sensation to fighter, a story that feels like a boxing fantasy. Social media is buzzing with training clips, promotional images, and fan debates over whether Jake Paul's youth and reach can compete with Mike Tyson's experience and raw strength. A recent interview with Stephen A. Smith has given insight into Tyson's mindset and preparations. At 58, Tyson is training with the same fierce drive he had in his prime, determined to show he's still a force in the ring. He revealed that he's been sparring for 8 rounds multiple times a week, working nonstop to stay sharp and strong. "I feel in great condition," Tyson told Smith, adding that age hasn't slowed him down. The former champ confidently stated, "I think I'm going to be able to handle the situation. making it clear he's ready for the fight. Despite the decades between him and Paul, Smith pressed Tyson for more details, asking whether he planned to take it easy on the 27-year-old or if he was aiming for a knockout. Without hesitation, Tyson gave a sharp, focused response. "I think I'm going to hurt him." His words quickly spread across sports channels and social media, fueling anticipation and debate over just how aggressive he will be when the fight begins. The boxing legend has been training under Brazilian coach Rafael Cordeiro, focusing on endurance and power, leaving no room for slacking. Tyson revealed that his training is almost the same as in his prime, with daily sessions of sparring, strength training, conditioning, and tactical drills. "It's all about the basics," he said, adding, "Give it everything you have, 3 times a day." Though Tyson is confident, he acknowledges that Paul might try to avoid him by staying on the move, dodging his heavy punches. In a recent conversation with MikeTyson from Fox for Dallas-Fort Worth, Tyson addressed this possible strategy. "I don't see how he's going to fight by running all day," he said with a smirk, making it clear that he's ready to cut off the ring and trap his opponent. Tyson's camp recently shared footage of his intense training. In one video, he landed a brutal punch on a sparring partner, forcing his coach to step in and stop the session. For many fans, this was proof that Tyson is taking the fight seriously and wants to remind the world why he was once the most feared man in boxing. With the fight now just days away, speculation is growing not only about the outcome but also about Tyson's future in the sport. Some fans are already hoping for a fight with his old rival, Evander Holyfield, or even a rematch with Lennox Lewis. But for now, Tyson is fully focused on November 15th, determined to show that his knockout power is still as deadly as ever. In New York, the crowd erupted with cheers for Tyson, their excitement filling the air. But when Jake Paul took the stage, he was met with loud boos, his entrance nearly drowned out by the hostility. In contrast, Tyson was welcomed like a returning champion, every step he took celebrated by fans. Paul, unimpressed by the reaction, told the audience to quiet down and mocked them for their behavior. He then took a jab at the city itself, comparing it to Tyson, saying both were once great but had lost their edge over the years before throwing in even more insults about New York's reputation.
"Hey, New York, shut the fuck up, New York. Hey, boo yourselves. Boo yourselves, New York. Hey, New York, New York, New York, you're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. F you, New York. F you. Dumbass Democratic City."
During the press conference, Paul seemed visibly on edge.
During the press conference, Jake Paul seemed nervous, despite making a bold statement earlier in the evening. He had vowed to kill Mike Tyson in the ring. Though he acknowledged his respect and admiration for Tyson, he made it clear that their friendship was over. Paul confidently declared that on November 15th, he would knock Tyson out and prove himself as the true champion. He described Tyson as old and claimed he would teach him a lesson, just like a father would teach a son. Tyson, however, remained calm and focused. He confirmed that he had resumed training after briefly stepping back on his doctor's advice. He assured fans that the fight is set and that he feels strong and prepared. While he admitted to a short setback due to illness, he reassured everyone that he has fully recovered and is in good health. Tyson made it clear that he's ready and intends to let his actions in the ring do all the talking when fight night arrives. A UFC legend recently revealed the huge payday Mike Tyson will receive for fighting Jake Paul. Originally scheduled for July 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the highly anticipated fight was unexpectedly postponed in June. Later that month, reports confirmed a new date, November 15th, with Netflix set to air the event live. Nakisa Bidarian, co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, stated, "Our team has worked hard with everyone involved to reschedule this major fight for a date that ensures both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson have equal training time. This also allows US to keep the event at AT&T Stadium during the Cowboys season." He also thanked Netflix and AT&T Stadium for their cooperation, adding, "Paul vs. Tyson is the most cross-generational sporting event in history, and we are committed to giving fans an unforgettable night of boxing. We look forward to seeing everyone on November 15th for a showdown that will be remembered for generations. At a recent event, Paul taunted Tyson by criticizing New York City, the boxing legend's hometown. Paul thrived in the spotlight, provoking loud boos from the crowd as he confidently vowed to shock the world when he and Tyson stepped into the ring. Tyson, however, remained calm, casually answering questions from ESPN analyst Ryan Clark, who hosted the press conference. During their face-off, the former heavyweight champion even gave Paul a playful shove, adding a touch of humor to the tension. When asked why he agreed to fight Paul despite their 30-year age gap, Tyson simply responded, "Because I can. Who else can do it but me? Who else is he going to fight to make this happen? We just have to accept the fact that a YouTuber is fighting the greatest fighter who ever lived." The fight has sparked debate among fans, with many questioning whether Tyson, whose age and reflexes have declined, should be facing such a younger opponent. Concerns grew after recent setbacks, including a flight mishap and a flare-up of an ulcer. However, former world champion Tim Bradley Jr. believes Tyson can still win. In a recent interview with ProBox TV, Bradley Jr. suggested that 2-minute rounds would allow Tyson to use his explosive power. He believes that with his 52-6 record, Tyson can corner Paul 10-1 and overwhelm him with powerful body shots. Despite many predicting a Tyson victory, some worrying about the possibility of him suffering a knockout loss. His struggles with sciatica, hip surgery, and the endurance needed for a professional fight have raised doubts. UFC fighter Michael Chandler voiced his concerns, saying, "I love Mike Tyson. Nobody wants to see him get knocked out, but everybody wants to see him catch Jake Paul and knock him out." Chandler noted that Jake Paul had size advantages in previous fights against Nate Diaz and Ben Askren, raising the question, could Tyson suffer the same fate? At the same time, legendary boxing trainer Teddy Atlas, who helped shape Tyson's early career, surprised many by not listing Tyson as one of the greatest talents he ever worked with. In an interview with The Ring, Atlas instead praised Wilfred Benitez, saying, "Sometimes at the Academy Awards, one movie wins all the awards. That would be Benitez. Anyone who could beat Roberto Duran, among other great fighters, has a pretty solid resume." As the fight approaches, fans eagerly await Tyson's return to the ring after a 19-year absence. In a recent interview, he said, "I'm looking forward to facing off with Jake Paul at Fanatics Fest in NYC. The countdown is back on. I'm feeling great and looking forward to knocking out Jake Paul on Netflix on November 15th at AT&T Stadium in Texas." Paul, now 27, sees this fight as a dream come true but insists he won't go easy on his idol. He declared, "After beating Mike Perry as an appetizer, I'm ready for the main course. Fighting the biggest, baddest boxer ever is a dream for me, but it will be a nightmare for Mike Tyson." While Tyson's return highlights his dedication to personal growth and boxing, Paul seems more driven by excitement than strategy, leading some to question if he's showing too much vulnerability. As the fight looms closer, Paul may be feeling the pressure of stepping into the ring with a true legend. At the press conference, Tyson received a massive cheer, while Paul stood firm, taking a more aggressive stance. Seemingly frustrated by the crowd's reaction, Paul snapped, telling them to shut up multiple times, revealing an unusual crack in his usual confidence. He then shifted to politics, taking aim at New York's liberal reputation. Meanwhile, Tyson soaked in the crowd's adoration and refused to engage in Paul's verbal jabs. Instead, he delivered a straightforward warning when they step into the ring this November. He plans to teach Paul a lesson, just like a father teaching his son.
It's 3 weeks.
I'm just asking when you get into camp.
I'm okay to fight.
But when you get into camp, like when?
I'm in camp right now.
Very good, thank you.
I'm in camp right now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Soon as I catch this guy, because he's going to be running around, but as soon as I catch this guy, it's going to be totally over.
Though the title baddest man on the planet dates back to his final professional fight in 2005, Mike Tyson's legendary presence remains as strong as ever. He received a hero's welcome at Fanatics Fest NYC in Manhattan, coming from Brooklyn. Just across the East River, Tyson's arrival sent shockwaves through the ecstatic crowd, proving his lasting influence and power. Tyson remains a magnetic figure, drawing attention wherever he goes. As he entered New York, a wave of excited fans gathered around him. However, when it came to promoting the fight, he let Jake Paul do most of the talking. Now at 58, Tyson avoided multiple chances to verbally attack his opponent, choosing instead to respond with vague and unconvincing remarks. When it mattered, though, he issued a clear warning this fight would be grueling. He made it clear that he planned to end it decisively and told Paul to be in top shape, as his well-being would depend on it.
Be in shape, be in good shape, because your health depends on.
The boxing community is divided over the upcoming fight, with many worried about Tyson's safety. Paul, however, remains eager to face the 58-year-old despite these concerns. After defeating Mike Perry, he said, "He's tough as nails. Respect. To Mike Perry, he's the king of violence, the BKFC champion. I hit too hard, he took a lot of damage, and that's a W for me. I put him down in the first round, but he survived. Mike Tyson, your next big boy, signed the contract." Paul spoke with great respect for Tyson, calling him one of boxing's greatest figures alongside legends like Muhammad Ali. However, he made it clear that he intended to take Tyson's title. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, former undisputed heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko shared his thoughts on the upcoming showdown. He called the fight exceptional, pointing out the contrast between Tyson, a seasoned legend, and Paul, a young YouTuber turned boxer who is making a name for himself in the sport. Klitschko saw the fight as a major event that could inspire people from both Tyson's era and the current generation. He eagerly awaited the outcome.
If Mike Tyson hits anybody, don't care if he's 90, he's going to knock him out cold, isn't he? It's I am Mike Tyson. Obviously, I have to back Mike Tyson. I'm named after the legend, and I back him. As he always backs me, I'm backing Mike for the knockout!
Many people believe that Tyson's age is a major obstacle, making it difficult for him to continue his boxing career. However, Klitschko strongly disagreed with this idea. He argued that age is just a mental barrier, one that people create for themselves. Klitschko insisted that the key to overcoming any challenge is mental strength. He encouraged others not to see age as a real limitation, but rather as a mindset that can be changed. He urged people to keep pushing forward no matter how old they are.
Right, Mike Tyson at 58 years old. What do you think of this fight?
Well, that's also outstanding as this fight in Riyadh. Mike Tyson at his age is facing a YouTuber that is much younger and hungry and capable of boxing as well. So it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age.
Yeah.
It's also actually a good example for me to keep on punching, so to speak. And hopefully, I look forward to that match as well.
Anthony Taylor, who once fought Jake Paul, is now preparing for his own highly anticipated match. However, as concerns grow about Tyson's health, Taylor is urging the boxing legend to reconsider the fight. He compared the situation to KSI's recent decision to prioritize his health, saying, "Mike Tyson is a lamb to the slaughter. He should follow KSI's lead and avoid getting a concussion against Jake Paul. Mike Tyson should learn from XC and pull out of this fight. I've trained with Jake behind the scenes, and trust me, you haven't seen what he's capable of." Tyson is walking into a slaughter. Despite these warnings, a new training video has surfaced showing Tyson's intense preparation for the fight. At 58, he still moves with astonishing speed. Incredibly, his hand speed is faster than that of today's champions, including Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, and Terence Crawford. What's the secret behind Tyson's agility? His rare combination of lightning-fast reflexes and raw power continues to set a standard that even the best heavyweights today strive to reach.